friends, hi and welcome back to my channel SciTech. In today's we'll try to compare the camera comparison between the IQ7 versus the MI11X device in terms of the features. So this complete video I dedicated only for the camera comparison features between the applications. So which UI has got the better options and which has what kind of advantage and disadvantages. All these details I'll try to talk in this entire comparison, friends. I already did upload a couple of videos on the camera sample comparison, so make sure to check that video. But this video is only dedicated for the camera in-depth features. The reason why I'm doing this video because I did get plenty of messages asking that whether this phone supports 960 fps or not, this phone supports a wide angle video recording while you're recording at same time with the main camera or not, can you change the lenses between recording or not. This kind of questions I'm getting plenty of things, so I thought of making separate camera comparison between both phones only in terms of the features. So let's get started, friends. And recently the MI11X also got updated to the latest MIUI 12.5 version, so which I am using currently, so which will be kind of really interesting thing to test the features after the latest update in both phones as well. So in case if you want me to compare any other test between both phones, so make sure to comment below and definitely I'll do my best to compare between both phones. So first, as soon as you open the camera, you'll be getting this kind of main screen as you can see here. So first thing you'll notice with this kind of three dots, so which is the wide angle, main camera and 2x. As you can see, these are the few options you will be getting in both phones, as you can see, which is in the photo mode. And now let me try to quickly zoom in camera. So one thing, the good advantage in this IQ7 is that, so whenever you're trying to use the normal mode camera in the very lighting situation, it won't display anything. But when you go to the dark environment, it will pop up a message saying that try to use the nightscape mode. As you can see, friends, let me try to do it again. So is a complete dark environment. As you can see, you got the message saying the enable the night mode, as you can see clearly. So whereas in this in the MI11X device, so it is a light mode, and when I'm trying to go to in the dark, you won't get any kind of message at this point, as you can see. Let me try to turn on the AI camera as well at this point. Let's see whether we'll be getting any kind of message if you turn on the AI mode. So you're not getting any message, but you're getting the message in the IQ7. So these are small details I'll try to cover in this entire video. So let's see, friends, what are the options you got here. First thing is a flash HDR, and next is AI mode you got, and next I think this is a dynamic shot where you can take. With this dynamic shot, when you enable this kind of dynamic shot, what happens is that when you try to take the shot, as you can see right now I'm trying to take the shot when I'm shaking my hand, as you can see, you will get this kind of option which is a play button. As you can see, friends, when you try to click that play button, you can actually select what kind of frame you want to capture. As you can see, when I'm trying to shake the hands, you can select the good frame, whatever you want. As you can see, you can take in this way and you can click OK, and you can save as a best image the same stunt. As you can see, friends, this is the usefulness of using the dynamic shot which is present in this MI11X smartphone. So next option we do have the filters, different filters you can add, and not only that, there's a separate ratio as well where you can enhance, and there's a timing going on, as you can see, and the movie frame, show grid, macro lens, tilt shift, and the time and burst. And to access the macro, you need to go to this option. So go to the settings and then go to the macro option, as you can see. So this is how it is. But whereas in this IQ7 device, let me try to quickly show you, friends. So you do get directly the macro option on the top itself, as you can see here clearly. Super macro on. So you do get straightforward on the top itself, so you don't need to go to the extra settings. So even here you do have same kind of countdown, frame, and all this kind of options, as you can see. But only one thing is that I did like the MI11X interface in terms of the camera, because within few taps you can actually select everything. So you want to select the time, you can just select the time, that's it. And if you want to select the ratio, you can just select the ratio, no need to go in inner options. That is what I did like in this MI11X device. And next, let's move to the video. So in terms of the video, one question is that while you're trying to record using the normal camera, can you switch to the ultrawide camera or not? So that is another most requested question. So let me try to do recording in both phones at same time. So right now I'm trying to do recording in both phones at same time. And in this IQ7, you can actually go to the ultrawide lens, as you can see, while recording. You can see, friends, I'm trying to record the video, and you can actually switch between all the lenses at same time. That's possible in this IQ7. But whereas in this MI11X device right now, you won't be able to go back. You can only go forward, not backward, as you can see. Let me try to close, and let me try to show you the exact resolution. So let's see whether changing the resolution will be different or not, as you can see, friends. So it doesn't change anything. Even if I use the 1080 30 fps, but still you cannot do anything. Even with the 720 as well, you cannot change any lenses while recording the video. So that is a one quite disadvantage which I definitely feel. So this kind of option is really implemented in this IQ7. That's good. And next mode, let's see what is the next we got here. If you tap in the video, there are the options for the frame lines and resolutions. So resolution 720, 1080 and 4K. Three options you got, and here it's clearly mentioned 720 30 fps, 1080 30 fps, 60 fps and 4K 30 fps. So which is clearly mentioned for you. And let me try to select the 4K. So in the 4K you do have the options up to 4K 60 fps in this IQ7 device. So whereas in the MI11X device you can only record up to 4K 30 fps, as you can see friends. So overall, in terms of the camera wise, I do feel the slightly better options which are present in this IQ7 device at this point. You can clearly see 4K 60 fps you can record. As you can see friends, frame rates 1080 60 also you can record. So there is a stabilization mode in both phones are present. Stabilization, let me try to show you. And one extra benefit in this IQ7 is that you do get the ultra stabilization mode. As you can see, ultra stable and standard stabilization. So standard stabilization I think you can use with the, let me try to see the resolution what you can use. So frame rates, can I use with 30 fps or not? I'm trying to check. As you can see, ultra stable can be the resolution and the frame rates will be disabled if you try to use the ultra stabilization mode, as you can see. And standard stabilization, you can select any resolution you want in the standard stabilization, as you can see friends, standard one. So I think the ultra stabilization will be kind of helpful in case if you want to do the video recording. That is what my opinion is. And this is a quick comparison between the video clarity between both phones. And there is a special effects like the audio zoom as well, and the macro lens. Using the macro as well, you can record the videos which is present in the MI11X. That's a really useful thing which you got in case if you are in the photography. You can actually record the videos using the macro lens as well. Let me try to record and see what will happen using the macro lens. Wow, it looks really cool using this kind of macro lens for the video recording. As you can see friends, this is a very much closest shot I'm trying to take. You can see the small grains as well. Wow, it's really good for the photography and the videography lovers who like to take this kind of images and shots using the macro mode. So which is a really interesting thing which I did do the experiment only just now before the camera. Before I did not use any time this kind of mode, as you can see friends. So there's a few useful and benefits comparison between both phones. So I thought of making this kind of video so which will be useful. So next is photo we got, and the portrait. I think both phones are having the portrait shots, same kind of portraits, and you can turn on the HDR and AI modes. And if you go to the settings, so same kind of options present in both phones. And the final thing which I'm trying to show you is the more options. In the mode, as you can see friends, you got the night mode, 48 megapixel, everything is kind of same, but there is a couple of differences. So let me show you what is the difference. So first is that dual video. So there is a dual video recording which is possible using the front camera and back camera at same time. That's another good thing. And there is a vlog mode. And let me try to show you the slow motion. I forgot to talk about the slow motion, which phone will be able to record what kind of resolution. So I think both phones can record 1080, but 1080 960 fps in this MI11X device, 1080 240 fps in this IQ7 device. As you can see, you can compare clearly the difference. So in terms of the slow motion, you can get really slow motion shots in this MI11X device when you compare with this IQ7 smartphone. So there is a difference which we got to know right now. So next area is that live photo. You do have the live photo option. So by using this live shot, you can actually take same like the images in the iPhone, how you take, as you can see, live shots, which you can take in this IQ7 at this point. Let me try to show you what are the other options, which is the AS stickers. As you can see, you got the AS stickers as well, so which you can use on your face if in case if you want it. So those are the other options. Let me try to go back and go back. Let me try to disable. And you do have the long exposure and the double exposure as well. So there is a double exposure option which is present in this phone, in this IQ7. Using this double exposure mode, you can actually take the shot using the back camera and front camera at same time. So by managing this kind of, as you can see, you can manage which camera you want to, which part of the phone you want to have full, and you can prefer like this. As you can see friends, that's a really good useful benefit which you got here. So you can see the front camera and the back camera at same time. As you can see here, you can see the back and the top fan as well at same time. You can take the shot and you can increase the intensity as well, which side you want. You want a top one or you want the bottom one in this way. That's the use of the double exposure mode which is present right now in this phone. So these are the few options, friends, and there is a documentation option which is present here, so you can take directly the document shots in this mode. And there's a Pro Sport mode, and in terms of the Pro Sport mode, let me try to show you another option which is present in this phone, so which is that tracking mode. So in the video I forgot to mention totally, there is a moving tracking object mode, as you can see here. So this might be helping you in terms of maintaining the focus on exactly that kind of object which is moving. So that is what is useful in this mode, as you can see. So that is what I thought of mentioning right now, which I remembered. And these are the few comparison, friends, in-depth details about the both phones. And the slow motion is good in this phone, and you do get the dual mode camera recording in this phone. These are the another things which I like in this particularly Mi11X smartphone. And there is also option of the short video mode, as you can see, short video, and there's a vlog mode which you can record the vlog, and dual mode. So definitely you do have plenty of options in this Mi11X device, and similarly you do have the options in this IQ7 smartphone. The things I like in the IQ7 are the change of the video camera lens when you're trying to shoot it. As you can see, any lens you can change just with a single tap, as you can see, and you can record up to 4K 60 FPS, which I particularly like in this phone. So these are my two favorite features, and another thing, ultra stabilization mode as well. These are the few things in comparison, friends, in depth between both phones. I think I did cover all the options which are available, and let me try to see is there any kind of different options like time lapse. I think both time lapse should be kind of same options in terms of the settings. You can record at 1080 and 4K. Here I think you can record only at 720 and 1080, so there is no 4K option while using the time-lapse option, as you can see clearly. These are the another differences. You can record time-lapse using the different lens as well without much disturbance, as you can see here. You can start recording. So this is a quick comparison. I think I did cover plenty of features between both phones. As I said, this is not the actual camera comparison, this is just the camera features comparison. So which one has which UI has better kind of optimization and better options for the users. So thank you, friends, for watching this video, and make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for more future updates, and see you in the next video, friends. Until then, bye.